Okay.
I'll mess with it.
All right.
Thank you for being a witness to our the train wreck that is Nerd Talk.
Okay, all right.
I don't need this.
I think right now we're gonna actually start the podcast.
Oh, is that what we're doing here? All right. Cool.
I would show up every week just to film audible plugs.
Okay. Cool.
What's going on, Keltatsu?
So,
Stream is starting. You want to explain kind of when we're going to do questions and junk like that?
yeah. What's going to happen today, we're trying to develop further our schedule for the stream so it fits well. So in a typical week, we will have from 6 to about 6:45 recording for the first podcast, one that will go up on Wednesday. We'll take a break from 6:45 to 7:15, somewhere in there, and field your guys' questions, a little bit of nerd Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, save it for that time. Then we'll jump back into our next podcast, which will go up on Friday. We're going to record that one from 7:15 to around 8 o'clock. So stick around for whatever you can. Hopefully all of them, all of the nerdery. But save the questions for that middle portion. And that's all, I think.
Hold on, I'm going to pop out the chat.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
I have the chat right here.
Oh, you just want to monitor chat there?
If you want.
Holding it.
You want to get one last one in?
Sure.
Our friends have a problem. All right.
You got some books?
I want to get some books. Go score some books.
You got any books?
All right.
I haven't read in a week.
Good lord. Do you have a transition, Kyle?
Is couch co-op dead? You be the judge. Oh, that's not a transition.
I think we're kind of being the judges right now.
Sounded great. All
Okay.
right.
Wait.
Where's the chat?
Do you like sitting on your couch? Do you like playing video games? Do you like sitting on your couch and playing video games with your friends? No?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just shaking my head.
I don't even know.
The antics today.
Freaking Bane over here.
Do you?
Then you have my permission.
All right. We're just gonna start. I'll
Okay.
edit out when I need to.
Okay, I want to say something.
I'm gonna welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Then immediately when I finish, you say whatever you're gonna
Yep,
say.
I'm gonna say stuff. I'm gonna do it.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do it.
Greetings, nerdy listeners.
Do you like? Sorry. I didn't know which word you want me to start on.
It is funny, Chad. It is funny.
No, it's not funny at all.
All right. Cool.
Oh god.
Every time Mark does an intro, we're sitting over here trying not to laugh.
Last 2 weeks it was. Guys, we did this last week. Oh.
Talk nerdy to me.
We're recording. Please, just get it together.
Greetings, nerdy listeners, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Talk, where you let us talk nerdy to you. Joining me today are two of the nerdiest people that I know, Kyle Tranum
What up?
and Chad Kaler.
Hi.
Hey, Mark.
What, Kyle?
Do you remember when we played Halo 4 together on your couch?
Yes.
Never again.
Oh my goodness! Whatever do you mean, Kyle?
I mean to say, or ask, is couch co-op dead, Mark? I think so.
Okay.
Or not.
Once again, a very bold assertion from Kyle Tranum. So we found what is actually an old post on cooptimist.com, which is a site I didn't know existed until this week.
It's such a good name.
Cooptimist? Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate them. They're so clever.
Gosh.
Back in the... Oh my gosh, I can't read. Back in the SNES/Genesis days, there was an abundance of games like Turtles in Time and Streets of Rage. Love those games. These games were not only at their best when you played them cooperatively, they kind of sucked if you didn't. They go on to say playing cooperatively in a game specifically designed around co-op is an awesome experience, but is online co-op the best way to go, or do we lose something to the experience?
Is that a question? Are you asking me?
Yeah. What do we do now?
Yeah. Do we discuss the topic now? I don't know what you want from me.
Whatever you want. This is your topic, Kyle. You brought this up.
So what did I say? What's happening? Pose a question. I can't read from here.
So you want to talk about couch co-op?
Yes, I
online
do.
Co-op the best way to go?
Okay. So the question really is like, is couch co-op dying? Like more, and one of the reason this came up to me was Halo 5.
Okay.
Halo 5 announced no more local co-op, and then there was like, well, if you have Xbox Live Gold, you can, and then they're like, no, not like you guys can play online together, but there will be no local couch co-op. And what I mean by that is like me, Mark, and Chad sitting on his couch, playing
couch?
Mark's couch, playing Halo. Like there's 3 screens or 4 screen, like whatever it is, right?
Split screen.
Split screen.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That is not going to be a thing in the new Halo 5.
So you messaged us earlier this week, and you said that there was an announcement, or you quoted some person whose name I can't remember, somebody important.
The dude from 343.
And you said that you can do cooperative campaign, but only online.
Only online.
Okay.
Yes, and so it doesn't support like local co-op split screen, which is like
Okay.
if you played like 007 GoldenEye,
Yeah.
I mean Call of Duty, like tons and tons of games had this where I don't own the game, I'll go to your house and we'll play together,
Right.
and that's dying in Halo, which I feel like is really sad because like Halo LAN parties and all that stuff was like a thing for
Well, you
that.
could still do a LAN party.
If everyone else has individual screens and
Exactly.
accounts. So it's
All right,
kind
guys,
of
we need 17 Xboxes over here
Yeah.
tonight.
yeah. So basically, I feel like that is dying. Like less and less games are offering local couch co-op split screen
Okay,
for you to play with your friends.
I understand.
I don't think it's necessarily that. What I think it is I think couch co-op as far as like first-person shooters or like shooting games in general and even racing games now, I think that is dying. Or it hasn't been prominent recently. Because if you look at games like Nintendo games, dude, all
That's
all
one of the
Nintendo
points
games,
I was
all
going to bring
Nintendo
up.
games
Yeah.
are about is like couch co-op
But
or game
Nintendo
Beats.
has brought family gaming as like their model in
Yeah,
general.
it's
like
party- it's
Mario
party
Kart.
gaming.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so you in like PlayStation and Xbox, I feel like there's kind of a drop off as far as like just Halo was such a big deal to me for
Okay.
that
I mean,
to die out.
or
There-
you could
there's more games than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about or ask you guys, well, we already got it's like points 2 and 3, but it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Do you think that every game should have a co-op feature? And before we get farther into that, let's define co-op right now, because we're talking about Nintendo and like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, stuff like that. That isn't necessarily a cooperative campaign
Okay.
as much as that is versus, right?
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
what are we talking about specifically in terms of co-op? Because I think couch co-op, I played Gears of War
yeah.
with one other dude, split screen,
Yeah.
through the campaign.
That's
Mhm.
fun.
So that was my favorite, dude. I love that. And
Yeah.
so
Super awesome.
let's define real quick like what couch co-op means for this podcast or what we're talking about.
So I want to say there's 2 different types.
Okay.
Like co-op campaign is one thing, and that's like split screen. But also, if say Super Smash or a fighter game said no more local, like if Mortal Kombat took out
Right.
like their local co-op and you had to be online. So for me to play you, I would have to be on my own PlayStation, logged into my own account to fight you. So
Yeah.
there's that kind of experience where it's not split screen.
Same screen.
But it's
Same
same screen, yeah.
It's just
so,
not
Like
co-op.
Trine has the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Diablo
like
3.
Diablo, and that's
Yeah,
like
and
Hell,
Helldivers.
yes.
Yes.
We're already naming all the games.
So-
So we're going to say there's going to be... so conversation is going to focus mainly about split screen co-op campaign. So think Gears of War, Halo, Borderlands. And addition to that, versus, but couch versus, because that makes sense. That's a good term.
Couch
Not
versus.
at all. So, but being able to do the same thing locally.
I think also kind of what was being said here is perspective. First-person shooters.
Okay.
You can't have a Super Smash Bros. Perspective because that's a third person drawn out, you know?
Right, yeah.
So that kind of, I think, determines how that works. Halo, you couldn't, like, it could not work like Helldivers because it's a first person shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe the line is drawn there, but yes, we'll say co-op versus and co-op campaigns.
Sure.
Is that what we said?
Co-op versus co-op campaign. So, do you guys think that every genre or type of game should have those features? Co-op campaign, co-op versus. So couch campaign, couch versus.
First game that comes to mind is God of War. I don't think God of War needs.
Cooperative
The story does not leave any room for a co-op campaign because Kratos hates everyone, right? So it wouldn't make sense for him to have a follower.
So I guess it depends on the
That
protagonist.
kind of, but even still, like, it could work. It could happen. That's like saying if you had two people who wanted to play Ratchet and Clank, one person plays Ratchet, one person plays Clank. That would be cool. Is it necessary? I don't think so. Would it be enjoyable?
Yeah.
Possibly. So I think the co-op is fun when, like, your cousin from Minnesota comes over and wants to play games with you and you're like, oh, I guess you could play.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't think people are, like, dying for co-op in just cuz.
So let's say racing games. Should we have a couch feature in racing games?
I think yes.
I think yes.
Fighting games.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we're talking about first and third person shooters.
Yes.
For yes, we'll just say
Like
yes.
because if you're
Generally.
playing through like a campaign of Battlefield or even Halo or Gears of War,
Yeah.
Okay.
or even if you were to play what was that?
Borderlands?
No. Oh my gosh.
Nope, I don't know, man.
Help me help you, Chad.
Say more words.
It was a game with it was like a PS4 release. exclusive.
Uncharted.
Drive Club.
No. Oh my gosh. This is awful.
Tomb Raider.
I'm gonna think of it later. Watch, and I'm
You
gonna
just
blurt it out.
Destiny.
I'm gonna blurt it out.
I wish Destiny had local co-op so bad.
That would be
Oh
cool.
my gosh.
Yeah. That
The
would be
Order.
very cool. No.
I don't
Dude,
know.
I don't know.
I can't help you.
The Order has photo mode now. Or now.
Oh my god. So is God of War 3.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
get
what
on
about
that.
platformers?
Define.
Like trying?
Yeah.
Trying like puzzles, but yeah.
I think it depends on the story
Okay.
and like the type of game because like trying, yes.
Trying is
Braid?
built around
Okay.
multiplayer.
Like
Okay.
I wouldn't want like Braid or Limbo or
Anything where you could troll and ruin the story, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean you could still troll the crap out of people in trying.
yeah,
Never
that's true,
Alone.
too.
I bring it
Never
up
Alone.
because Never Alone is the first platform Michaela and I played together, beginning to end, and we could both sit there together and play one screen, two controllers, control two different characters, and it was fantastic.
This is the thing. I can't imagine any game, like even Dying Light, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be more enjoyable if me and my friend are sitting next to each other and being like, dude, you better run. Like Left 4 Dead. Like those games. Like I can't even think, even Braid. Having one of your friends just hop around with you and like you're trying to work together to accomplish levels, like
it would be cool.
it just
but,
doesn't sound
like if you're talking about like
a
Braid.
bad.
If you're talking about like Braid, so we'll take that for an example. Like because the main mechanic is in that is you can reverse time.
Yes.
And so it would be kind of crappy if like you're sitting there trying to do something and your buddy just keeps reversing time because he keeps messing up and then
Yeah.
it's just this cycle of like
We don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
That sounds fantastic.
God.
So I would say co-op, the option to do co-op in a game does not in any way make it worse.
The only thing that we said in the first question that Chad was bringing up is story. Like anything that has
Yes.
like content that is
Yeah.
significant that would be altered or changed by having that seems lame.
So-
But I will say, I remember playing through Halo, like Combat Evolved, the first one on the Xbox, the original Xbox, I know, and having somebody else sign in with me and do a split screen, two players going through the campaign, and they were both Master Chief, and it made no sense because Master Chief is running along and you
Right.
see the other Master Chief run next to you, and it didn't matter. It was still fun as crap.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you're right. The story has a lot of you don't want to mess with that. But I know there have been experiences where I was like, oh, whatever, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And so I feel like, yes, I feel like the story can upset, but that only comes into play with campaign when there's multiplayer modes. Like when you play like Halo 3, and then you go and do horde modes with your friends. That is co-op. Like you're on one system, split screen, and you guys are just both trying to do it.
Okay.
Like it doesn't matter then. So there's also a difference in campaign versus like multiplayer online modes.
So regardless of the genre,
Yes.
whether it is campaign centric or whether it is just a death match or some sort of multiplayer feature, it doesn't make sense to me for any type of game, any genre, to not at least offer the option or have a possible feature like
Of local co-op.
now. Whether that's included in their development time and can be pushed out, that's another story. But it doesn't make sense to me that it wouldn't work for any game potentially.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, potentially I would say.
I was
that.
reading on Reddit today that, and I don't know if this is true, but it makes a lot of sense. Where
The
like so
Illuminati.
like for a split screen,
Aliens.
for at least split screen, it's not the same as it's not the same as like online multiplayer, but for split screen stuff, it's making that game like run twice basically.
Okay.
And so like it needs to be dumb. It needs to dumb the graphics down.
Yes.
And so that's why in things like Halo, where like instead of like when you spawn in, it doesn't spawn the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why when you're playing like multiplayer on Halo, the first person will get to a checkpoint and it'll teleport the other person. Boom.
Because the rest of the
Because
world's
it's
gone.
yeah, it's streaming the rest of the world. It's
Okay.
it's building it as you go.
Yep.
And so
That
if
is
you
true.
were to have people like on opposite sides of the map, then it would have to have that entire map
Rendered
Right.
twice.
yeah, rendered twice. Yeah, not only once but 2 times. And then you're gonna be sacrificing a butt ton of graphics and detail.
And just
so
power.
it seems like
Okay.
what a lot of like AAA game devs have like done now, or in the past like years or whatever, is they've just sacrificed the couch co-op and gone for better graphics and stuff. Because I mean think about it. How often do we complain about not being able to play games on the couch together? But how often could we actually do that?
Well, maybe if
all
we
got-
had games to play, Chad.
But I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, we all got full-time jobs. Like, we all got lives outside of those jobs.
You just
you
don't
guys,
care about
you
me.
two have
You just don't
wives.
care about me like you used
Like,
to.
we're not, we're not able to. Like, even if we
Right,
wanted
right,
to,
right.
we're not able to. So, like,
But does that mean the feature shouldn't even be there?
no,
As an
'Cause
option?
I
I
mean,
think
like-
it should be there, but they shouldn't. PlayStation and Xbox have made it like. They've made it known that they believe that the future in multiplayer gaming like is online,
Yeah, absolutely.
and they made that known a while back.
Okay.
Is the market to full-time job people, or is it still not kids that also play video games?
Then you
Kids
bring up
have time.
Nintendo.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
what I was just gonna
Nobody wants a Nintendo.
Kids
Also,
do.
Okay.
Dude, Mario Kart is fun. Smash Brothers is fun.
I
They
just
just
want
released
to kill
Splatoon.
noobs with my AK-47. Okay, that's all I do.
Per note and news.
Anyways, your points are
You were
extremely
going.
valid.
Chad said something and you went.
Yes, and it
Microsoft.
was along the lines of like Halo and stuff like that. I don't
just-
know if you want to jump.
You're just
there.
mad because I got a good argument.
No, that was good. No. I agree with most of the things he said except for one.
I do really want couch co-op to be there, but I don't want them to have to sacrifice.
Well, actually,
like,
speak louder than
the
words,
cool
Chad.
game. Oh my god, we're only doing words right now.
We're only doing words.
Not care.
I'm a
Not care.
person.
Not care.
Not care.
Not care.
So where did you have it, Kyle? I don't.
It's in
you
here.
want to talk about something that Chad brought up
Well,
makes me. ask
I mean,
about
it can be brought up again, but basically, Chad said.
I'm not recording, so
Okay.
I just wanted to find it. Okay.
So, basically, Chad said that it takes 2 times the power to render split screen because, like, this world's being rendered and then this world's being rendered. It's not like there's a line divided and they're sharing the same
Yeah,
environment,
and
right?
It's 4 times if it's 4 players.
And so the dude from one of the devs from Halo 5 said,
Math. Math.
the dev from Halo 5 said basically that Halo 5 is running 1080p at 60 frames per second, and the entire game is built on that. And to do local co-op would sacrifice that. And they said they didn't want to put out a game that was not HD 60 frames per second, so they had to pull that out. And so a thing that bothers me is if it's not that co-op isn't fun or not popular or people don't want it, but technology isn't there.
Yeah.
So like co-op is dying right now because there's no means to handle it in like this format. Not to say
it's not dying, it's just not in AAA titles really, because there are a butt ton of multiplayer games.
And are they being AAA? Like no, and that's the other argument I brought to you, Mark, was like AAA or indie, who's doing co-op more?
Indie.
And it's indie. Because indie doesn't want to mess with like net coding, setting up an online system. So local co-op is the only option.
And I would also say that the indie darlings, what they lack in a development team and they can't make up for in graphical fidelity, they'll shoot for gameplay and features.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly. And so perhaps maybe then AAA is the desire. People want something else from AAA games currently. It's not co-op play. It's better graphics, bigger world, bigger. And
it's because we're America.
Yeah. And so because of that, community, real life relationship and friendship, like just couch co-op is being removed to push a more visually satisfying game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, not to say that's every game. Halo 5 just released a statement on it, and it makes sense.
That's what,
especially given what you said. If you're rendering, if they're rendering the world at 60 frames per second 1080p, to do that twice, the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One probably isn't capable of doing that.
Yeah, and now that you say that, just to give you like a little bit of an idea, also on that same thread on Reddit, this guy, he must have had a monstrous computer because he said that him and his buddy, they played Borderlands 2, both of them not split screen, but two monitors plugged into one computer.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And so two copies of the game running on that same computer, and he has two Titans.
Oh whoa. Yeah.
And like that, he was able to do it in 1080p. And
he has two Titans.
But those are two Titans. And like
just
to give you guys an idea for those of you watching, is a Titan is a graphics card that goes in a computer, and each one costs $1,000.
Yeah. Okay. You get a shirt that says "I own a Titan" when you buy it.
Yeah, and he had two of them.
So because why not?
So like what you're that's exactly it. Like the current gen of hardware cannot support local co-op for these games.
Yeah.
And thus my argument, couch co-op, we'll say for AAAs, is dying, or games that are trying to push that visual element is dead for now until
dormant.
Yes, we'll say dormant.
It does seem
not
peculiar
dead. It's sleeping.
The farther technology goes, the more limitations we discover, and so
kind of yeah. I'm sure they never thought back in the day. I'll never why wouldn't I be able to play games with my friend when he's here?
Right.
That was never a concern until.
Yeah, because not even was it Drive Club? It doesn't have.
It doesn't.
Drive Club doesn't have a lot of features. I think couch co-op is the least of Drive Club's problems.
Well, no, because like when I went over to your house and played it for the first time, I was like, "Oh, I want to race one of you guys," and you're all, "Oh no, you can't."
I'll just watch.
What?
Yeah.
It's a racing game. It should have co-op.
A game that I would have expected it from is Destiny, at least for Crucible, being at least for just like online, the same as Call of Duty. Like, I should be able to hop in with you, and I'll just be Filtertins 1.
Like, guest.
And and just the guest account, and be able to at least do PvP with you. Like, just hop around and shoot people. Because,
that makes
those
sense.
maps aren't very big.
Yeah.
And all that. But it doesn't exist because Destiny is pushing MMORPG. Everything's online. Just like WoW. WoW doesn't accept co-op.
That's what I was going to say. If you look at any other MMO, you can't do split screen.
No.
Right.
Because it would break the game.
Exactly. It's too much to render.
Regardless of a PC master race, your computer would...
Yeah, and that's what I was getting to, where, like, then it's rendering the entire world.
Twice, yeah.
And so, but Destiny is a thing where it's on... I feel like, given Bungie's background in Halo and seeing how people enjoyed couch co-op because Bungie has to be aware of that.
Right.
I would have assumed that would have been a thing. Because Hank bought Advanced Warfare and Destiny. We played Destiny. I wish I could play with you. Can't hop on Advanced Warfare. And I was like, oh, this has local co-op. Cool.
Weird.
So
yeah, it's almost it's funny because like you say that and it's almost whenever you put a new game in and you say like, oh, is it multiplayer? It's like, yeah, just hop in. It's like, oh, cool. Like we can both play.
Yeah, right
like,
now.
That's like a new
It's a bonus.
That's like a new thing to where we're genuinely surprised
Yeah.
as like if there is a split screen capability in a game.
I was genuinely surprised when I couldn't do that. And I was trying to remember what game it was that I was like, oh yeah, describe your controller, we'll play together. Oh wait, you can't for some reason. And that was like foreign to me because I just understood 2-player split screen.
yeah, 2 controllers.
And
Especially,
I think that's when like PSN and Xbox Live like really started taking the reins on multiplayer.
Yeah.
another thing is too, consoles used to sell with ports for controllers. And so like the idea was like there is a 4-person maximum to play this game. So games were developed around selling controllers with your systems to use them. Like nobody used PlayStation Network on PS2. Nobody played Xbox Live. I don't even know if there's Xbox Live on Xbox. Was there online for Xbox? For original Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
Well, I mean, like, did it like
Halo
was that,
2, man. Sorry, I apologize.
It was
I'm
really-
not
was
condescending.
that- really wonky,
was that
but-
in a lot of use, or was it still like LAN party? You're a liar.
No, it was really wonky, but no, it.
I don't
it
believe
definitely
you.
existed.
I don't believe
Whatever,
you.
man. I remember we had like
I
a
didn't
get
have an
together.
Xbox. I didn't have an
the
Xbox.
night that Halo 2, it was the last night they were having the servers up for Halo 2, and we had like a party.
Really?
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Kyle doesn't
So-
believe you, so.
It doesn't matter. The only game I
Kyle.
played on Xbox One is Fable. So.
What was your second question, or what was your question, Kyle?
So moving forward, my only question really was.
Hold on. Don't have a break because I'm gonna after you go through these questions.
That's true, Steelguard.
Also, Stilgard, or anybody else who's asking questions, we will get to him in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna break, and then have Q&A. Hopefully about the podcast. It could be whatever. What's going on, Eon 10? We're just gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit, for a while, probably actually.
Yeah. If we can,
get this podcast done.
it should go quick. Well, it should. Who knows?
Yeah, there
Okay,
should.
so we'll
Okay.
go.
I don't think there's much more.
So, what I want is like after this second question, when it gets down to, I'll rearrange stuff. But when you talk about having to spend money, that was like speaking
Okay.
of money, we need yours.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
point 2.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense. Hope
Yeah.
it does.
Okay, so moving on to point 2, like the kind of, I mean, another thing I was asking myself is like, are there benefits to not having couch co-op in a game? So we've already agreed that there's no problem with having it in there.
Yeah.
But is there a benefit to like removing it? And so I kind of pose it as like from the developer publisher side and from the user side, right? And so on the obviously tossing your own thoughts as I say these things. More copies are sold. If you can't play on my copy of Halo 5, you're going to have to buy Halo 5 as well, right? Subscriptions to online systems, you're going to have to buy Xbox Live to play with me once you get your copy. And then given what we said about worlds being rendered twice not possible, if we remove co-op, bigger worlds can be made,
Yeah.
right?
Can you imagine
And-
trying to do the
And
Witcher
better
3?
graphics.
Yeah,
Split
Witcher
screen
3
Witcher?
splits like
Yeah. Oh no.
not even
Yeah,
possible.
better graphics,
Okay.
or even freaking Fallout.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
Benefits, and then so if you guys want to add anything before I move on to benefits for us,
No, go ahead.
Make sense? Make sense?
Yeah.
Benefits for us as the players, if we remove couch co-op, we get bigger worlds, we get 1080p, we get 60 frames per second, which is something that like the PC master race will hold over the console peasants' heads.
Yeah.
Is like, I can't believe you play games in 30 FPS. How do you even do that? Now Halo 5 is pushing for 60 frames per second, which is like hitting max on
Right.
your PC.
Right.
Like, I don't even play games at 60 FPS on my computer. And I don't know, I can't tell the difference. Maybe I'm a console scum. Doesn't matter.
Plebeian.
scum.
You're able to play with more people online, that being if you remove couch co-op, it's not set to 4 screen split, but I can hop in a party of 12 people online.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you can't really make that argument when you have Call of Duty, where you can...
You can still only say, but I mean, so there, like couch co-op exists and is also online,
Right. Yeah.
right? So fine.
So I was gonna say that is great and that is necessary to maintain friendships. Like we have people in chat from Mog Nation who I will probably never see you in person because we're all over the globe, right? And so having that feature, being able to game more people online, is great.
Yeah,
because it allows like
absolutely.
maintaining friendships and connections and stuff like that.
Because don't get us wrong, the idea is not we want couch co-op, kill the internet. That's not the idea. It's just like in addition to
Before
it would be
Skynet
nice.
becomes self-aware, we got to get rid of it.
Exactly. Burn its eggs. And so
Burn the eggs.
If we remove couch co-op, that's another portion of development removed, so more time can be spent on refining other aspects of the game.
Right.
So we must also think like, if they're not developing couch co-op for me, they're developing something else in this lifespan, right?
Okay.
Or the games come out sooner, less bugs to potentially deal with, and all that. So it's better for us in that way. And you don't have to buy 2 controllers.
That's true.
You said that, and we were talking about this already with on the development side. You may not have to buy it yourself, may not have to buy 2 controllers, but you still have 2 people buying 2 systems, 2 games, their own controllers,
But if you want to
Xbox
play
Live
couch co-op
subscriptions.
at my house, and then when I come to your house, if I can get my controllers, you gotta have them ready to go.
Speaking of money, cool. So
Stephanie actually brought up a really good point.
1 minute, we'll get right to it.
No, the only reason is because she says my version of couch co-op is handing the controller to her husband when she gets stuck.
That's Mitch right there. That is Michaela in a nutshell.
And so, like, that is a form of couch co-op.
Do this.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, but really, should have watched.
Speaking of money, we need yours. If you want to send us more than just your thoughts, like your paychecks, for example, you can send all of your monies to our Patreon, patreon.com/teamNIRD. We'll also try and get a donate button set up on the Twitch channel for those of you who tune into Nerd Network.
Yas.
Also, don't forget Extra Life. If you don't want to resend your don't forget Extra Life. If you don't want to send your hard-earned money to us, which I don't understand why, you can always send it to Extra Life. Extra Life is a charity that allows gamers to game throughout the year and essentially have a 24-hour game marathon at the end of the year. All the proceeds they raise through donations go to Children's Miracle Network hospitals for any kids who are receiving treatment, families who need to stay near the kids, anything like that. It takes care of that completely. They've used it to, I know in Chalk Children's, to create an infusion area where kids can sit in there and play video games while they're getting treatment, and it reduces the pain by up to 25%. So, go to extra-life.org to find out more. You could sign up for your own guild. They have guilds all over North America and Canada. Or you can go to extra-life.org/participant/Marc. And that's Team Nerds right now. It should be at the top of our Twitch stream right now. So you can head there, donate. But either way, donate, sign up, promote awareness, help the kids out. That should be it. Donate, promote awareness. Help the kids out. Hashtag for the kids. FTK. Hold on. Hashtag FTK.
F the kid.
What is going on, Tabby Sam?
God.
Hashtag F the kids.
Cool. We're gonna take a break from the podcast and just field some questions for you guys. So we're gonna scroll through the chat and see if you asked us anything we didn't get to. Welcome, Savvy Sam. Welcome anybody who we haven't said welcome to
let's
yet.
open up the viewer list real quick.
We're trying to make it sound good.
Oh, goody goods. We got lots going on up in here.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's super good. I recognize some of you from the Mog group me.
See what our follower count is at. If we're getting close
I
to
will.
200.
So what is going on? Zozan, Gamer of Sports, Keltetsu, Monkey Dench, Savvy Sand, Stillguard, and Tiny Monsters.
Oh god, I hate that guy.
The Canadians is here. We're very happy to have you guys. I'm going to refresh the stream real quick, so all of your comments are going to go away. But go ahead and start typing in your questions right now, and we'll do our best to answer them. Podcast related or not, it's all good. Tiny said you don't know me.
Y'all
Where
know
does
me.
water grow, Mark?
The toilet.
Somewhere over the
Whatever it's
rainbow.
filtered, so. Is that a poop?
It's got electrolytes.
It's actually filtered twice.
What flavor is what?
Your vape.
Yogurt. It's actually called Amethyst. It's from... I forgot. I don't know what company.
Anarchist?
Yeah, it's called Amethyst. It's nice. How long did it take you to create that stash? Since Marc's wedding, I have not... Well, I've trimmed it since then, but
your wedding.
the handlebars
So
has
March.
been going.
This is the
So
beginning of
since
March.
the beginning of March, I've been working on this bad boy.
Thank you, Gamer of Sports and Steelguard, for the follows, guys. We really,
Steelguard
really appreciate it.
Is Twitch a virtual
Yes.
couch?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
gosh, Twitch plays? Well, I mean, that
Yes, in the fact that you could play with your friends and like
in
watch
the same
a game.
way then like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network are virtual couches.
So no, because you couldn't just like take the controller from your friend and play.
Except
But-
Twitch plays.
Well, but virtual. You need a virtual controller for
Yeah,
that.
that is true. Potentially, possibly, it could be.
Cookie? Yes. That's what I think about that.
Always, I want cookies now. Does that make sense, Steelguard? Do you agree or disagree?
Or Stilgard, explain your question even deeper.
Because
Don't go quick thought, go long thought.
Because I would say it is possible, especially with things like the not share, the
Share play?
Yes,
Um,
but
Actually, Tiny and I did share play a little bit.
did it work? I haven't gotten to do it yet.
I haven't even thought to do it
I
yet.
can't even remember if it worked or not. I was like, I'm trying to remember what we wanted to play.
Pocky? Yes.
Are you guys give it?
So, wait.
Oh,
Steph says starting to make games. That's like Twitch plays, so you get like Twitch TV or Twitch TV
oh
Pokemon.
yeah,
Right? So everyone is controlling the game at the same time, right? So Twitch plays is a good.
There's also the game
What
where
was
like
that?
you can type in. I think it's rotating and you're flying a ship or whatever, and you can type in commands in the chat, and it will mess with the planet you're flying around on. Your little ship doing like. What game am I
makes
describing?
sense, but there's another one, Dead Nation.
It's the same thing.
Yes,
It's the same
yes.
concept.
Yeah.
And you can like spawn in stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
You guys got computers? Yes. Yeah. Well,
Pretty decent.
I'm pretty
It
okay.
depends on your question.
I'm pretty okay at it. What will each of your next tattoos be? On Monday, I am going to get work done on this Leviathan piece right here.
Go ahead and
Hopefully,
stand up next to the camera so they can see.
switch to OBS so I can see if
All right.
they see it.
Okay, go.
This, so far, this is hard.
Just go to the camera, dude. It doesn't matter.
Fine.
We're just like on break right now.
Oh gosh.
Welcome to the train wreck.
So far. I have
What do you
this-
do?
Dude, I
Leviathan
can't
piece.
see.
See that? Work in progress. Comes out.
Kyle,
in this
stop
area.
flexing.
I'm not flexing.
Dude, he's not.
And so the goal is to work on all of this and pretty much line up the rest of the sleeve this Monday in 3 hours.
You could do it.
I think so.
Do
Just
it.
line work, no shading.
Yeah, just line the rest of it up.
Chad, what do you want to do, or what are you working on?
I really
I
want.
was waiting for Chad to. Well.
Yeah, dude.
I thought about having it undone when Kyle left the stage. What's up?
You can kind of show them if that's what you're working on next. Or that's your idea.
Well, I don't know. Like my brother's constantly tattooing me,
Mhm.
because he's working.
What do you
on
want to
that.
get done next?
As far as a new piece, or
No, I just next tattoo you would get what you would pay for.
I do want to get my chest work done more.
Just show them a little bit. Show them.
Like 2 buttons.
Just go up there.
You're good. 2 buttons down. That's still decent.
One, just get out there, man. Show them those nips.
That's what I was saying not to do. That's 3 buttons.
See
down.
that? That's a tattoo.
So there's a shark right there.
Chad drew that shark.
It's a zombie shark.
I actually drew the shark.
And then
It's,
the
like,
other
super
side.
close to my nip. And then this side.
Don't
is,
knock it over.
Chad, I can't see.
This side. Shut up, Kyle. And this side is boat. And there's some like fish and stuff.
What's under that
over
ship?
here. There's nothing under the ship.
What?
Okay, back to the chat. I have no idea what's happening. Mark.
But I really want a gremlin tattoo.
That's true too.
You should.
I'm thinking Oculus Rift.
I'm gonna get the other thing, the other half of this. Into you, but whatever.
Go show him. Mark's such a party pooper.
No, I'm trying to get on with the chat.
He poops parties.
That's
Mark's
what I
a
do
party
for a living.
pooper. He's from the he goes to the Kaiser and poops on parties.
This? No, that way. Says, then I am strong and has bamboo because I want something like organic and like planty.
He likes pandas.
I like pandas a lot. And so that's half of a verse. The other half is when I am weak. And that's supposed to go here so that I can look at them myself and see them. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do for that as far as plants go. So now I want to work on that because I don't want to finish this side until I know what to do as far as background goes. I need to know how much space I have.
All right, there we go. Virtual chat. Stillguard's thinking Oculus Rift, so virtual chat channels could become a new thing. Is a share play bunch of PS4 where else we said the link earlier if you guys want to check it. The virtual chat channels would be interesting. Have they shown how that will work? Voice to text. Okay, before we get to Game of Sports, I just want to comment on this virtual chat channels. I think the only option is voice to text, and that would require like a fairly sophisticated system to understand like accent and like.
No,
Or no.
Okay, Shia LaBeouf.
No. Simply if the same way voices.
Do it!
Well, why would you go virtual chat channel if you cannot already? It's like Skype. Just have like voice over IP. Like, why would you even want to go voice to text? Steph, you can rebuttal. Because I feel like if we were to go Oculus Rift and we had our virtual MMO, our Sword Art Online happen, it would simply be rendering your voice and not typing a chat. So, in the event that you wanted to post in maybe like World Chat or Trade Chat, it would have to go voice to text for that chat to be happening, or for you to be posting like links or like selling this here. I want this broadcast to everyone, right? It would have to happen there. But if we're doing MMO already, why can I not like just open up my HUD, type it in with the virtual keyboard, and send it off to the chat?
I don't know. I don't got it.
I don't know. Game of Sports said something that got deleted.
Was he trying to type send a link?
PM the link to Abaddon. No one's on Abaddon's Twitch channel. PM the link to Nerd Network. And HoloLens not leaving Microsoft out. HoloLens again. HoloLens is still fairly.
Thank you, Steph.
Virtual, I guess. Like you type emails, I think like on the table as like the thing comes up and stuff like that. I don't know very much or too much about HoloLens.
Me either.
But again, like I think voice to text would be the way to send those things out to mass people. If I can say my email and it interpret it accurately, that'd be dope, right?
Yeah.
I think somebody just typed in all caps and it got deleted. So sorry about that.
They're using Ascend already. Oh, really? Hotmail bought the license for them.
No, he tried to send a link.
Wow, that's crazy, Stillguard.
No, Savi's son typed in all caps and it deleted it.
Oh.
Your dreams and just do it.
Sorry, we had some people acting up earlier, so we have Moobot on like extra alert right now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, guys, what else? Any more questions? Keep bringing it. Bringing it.
Anything about nah, never mind.
I know. What do you think about the podcast? About Couch Co-op? About us? If not, we can move forward with the podcast. Do we have? There's still one more point, I believe. No.
Yes, I'll have to rearrange some things because we went long in the first section, which is a bad thing. But I was trying to put that plug immediately after the second. It don't matter none.
It don't matter none. So?
I don't worry about none.
Don't worry about none. No, don't worry about none. None. Don't worry about none.
What's 9 plus 10?
At what point did Couch Co-op
21?
go on the decline? The rise of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network is my answer.
I would have to agree with that.
I would say...
At least for those consoles.
Yeah. because I was just gonna say no. I'll save this for the podcast because I have an opinion. I don't want to come across as the guy who's like against corporate America and hates big companies, because I don't. I don't prefer indie darlings. I like both equally. I'm not a PC guy and not a console guy. I have all 3 systems, not because I'm rich, because I spend my money irresponsibly. So I do think, Steph, that what Kyle said is right. That as soon as Microsoft and Sony realize that there is a larger market here for online, and we will save time and money and effort implementing another a facet of a game when we can just offer online, people will have to accept that. So I think it saves money and makes more money simultaneously for the bigger companies. So why would you not go with that business model, if that makes sense? So as soon as PSN and Xbox Live began to like really be established in the community, I think at that point we saw couch gaming kind of start to decline.
Yeah.
At least, like Chad was saying, for the AAA titles and stuff like that, because Nintendo doesn't follow that trend, but we're not going to get there yet.
I mean, that falls into also Guitar Hero Live and Rockstar 4. And if the decline in couch co-op gaming is due to a technological barrier, the systems can't do it, Guitar Hero and Rockstar wouldn't be hard to render 2 complete versions of that to do the co-op.
Also,
those are more like Mario Party and...
Yeah, I would say those fall under that Nintendo umbrella.
Tiny, shut up, because we're going to get there.
Yeah, it's not necessarily... like what I said, it's like the first-person games, like the games that we like grew up with playing couch co-op, like your 007's, GoldenEyes, and stuff like that. Like, it's non-existent anymore.
So...
Also, Stilgard, those games, that is... Sorry. So those games, that is those games. Like, that is what they are designed to do. It is essentially the purpose of those games. So you're not going to be ruining any campaign or any single-player story or anything like that. You're not detracting from any other gameplay feature or facet of that game, because those 2 games are made to do exactly what you're talking about.
And you're legitimately running 2 instances of it side by side. And it's like... I'm fairly positive it's not taxing on the system to roll 2 running things with buttons that pop up. Like, that's
so
not
condescending.
an open world, right?
Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So those games will never deter, most likely, from couch co-op, because they have no need to, and their base mechanics like support couch co-op, and that's a good thing. That's exactly what they should do. It would be a shame if Guitar Hero did not have that. It would be sad.
Yeah. That'd be like Mortal Kombat not having...
Yeah. It would make no sense. So, Tiny's saying some things. You told him to shut up. He laughed.
I told him to shut up because that's like one of the... How we're going to end the podcast right now, pretty much. We're going to talk about that a little bit. If we didn't answer your question, I think Gamer maybe. Gamer of Sports, if we haven't gotten to your link or anything by the end of the podcast and you're still here, we'll talk about it, or we'll try and PM you and see.
She posted the link right here.
Oh, cool. Okay, we got it, man. We will get back to it. ASAP, my dude.
That's a freaking sick-looking PC.
Sorry.
Oh, I love that tower.
Wants to know if you can run 2 monitors. Of course you can run 2 monitors.
You can run 2 monitors. 2 monitors isn't difficult.
Do you have 2 SLI bridges and 2 graphic cards?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can plug into all the mediums that your motherboard supports. So you can go HDMI, VGA, and DVI and run 3 separate monitors. But the moment you run out of things, you have to start buying like splitters. So if you wanted to go 2 HDMI, you'd have to have HDMI that splits into 2
HDMI.
and then to split it that way.
And stream. Okay, yeah, you can do that as well.
That's
all you gotta do is like when you get your streaming software, we use OBS.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is
free.
You gotta do a screen grab.
Yeah.
And so you select what area of the screen that you want to use or have visible in the stream, and then like if you want to use your second monitor or whatever for like music or something like that, you just
screen grab it.
Yeah, you put your music over on the second monitor and then screen grab the one that you're going to be playing your games on or you want your viewers to see. And then, I mean, that's pretty
That's
much
all it is?
it. That's all you do.
At least for OBS, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Grade's having problems with SLI in some of the games he was streaming. That's sad.
I haven't done it, honestly. I don't have 2 cards or an SLI bridge, so I just alt tab. I'm sorry about it.
And honestly, you only need SLI bridge for all that does is allow each monitor is getting a dedicated card to it.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, say I'm running Arc and I'm running Assassin's Creed Unity on this one. If I don't want the resources from the card split between 2 games, you can do SLI and give one game this card on this monitor and give the other game this card on that monitor.
That
Or
must,
you can...
that must have been the SLI then.
SLI was causing a flicker.
I don't think that was...
That must have been the actual
card
bridge
or
itself.
The SLI, yeah.
Like it was having problems.
That was like a physical...
Fix the flicker. You were having flicker problems too, remember? Like a week or 2 ago when you were saying, dude, your screen's flickering. I wonder if do you have an SLI bridge for both, like, connecting your cards? I imagine you do.
I think so.
That it might have been I don't know what. Yeah, it's a known issue. Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about anything, but I would assume that was like hardware.
It doesn't
related.
happen a lot though.
Mm-hmm. So
Are you ready to
hop back in?
jump back in real quick?
Yeah, I need to
All right,
go
guys.
soon.
Okay. Cool. We're getting back to the podcast. If we didn't get to a question, ask it afterwards.
Please do.
Cool. So, Nintendo. Chad talked about Nintendo. We'll just get
Oh,
a couple points.
also only certain games. Yeah, it was happening.
Dirty Bomb?
I don't remember what game it was happening on. Or no, it was happening on Heroes of the Storm.
Yes.
Okay.
When
Yes.
I turned Heroes of the Storm off from full screen and just made it Windows full screen, it fixed it.
So
Yeah, I've had weird stuff with OBS actually not having 2 graphics cards or as an SLI bridge. If I was on full screen, or if I was windowed, it was behaving weird, odd.
Yeah.
And then I put it on full screen. It was
I
like,
typically
fixed it.
will like window full screen for games when I'm streaming.
Mm.
thank you, TP Poker. We're hopping right back. Oh, ask your question right now.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Yeah.
We're in the question portion of the show, so. Also, what's going on? He's pasta a lot.
What's
you
going on,
suck.
man?
Oh. No?
Don't spam the chat and don't get a 8-hour global ban this time.
Yeah, you freaking butt munch.
You brought this on yourself.
You said that and I just laughed.
Yeah. Marc showed me and I laughed.
Because we care about you.
I laugh too.
Laughs all around. Go ahead and ask it up, TP Poker. We're waiting. We're diligently waiting. I'm so excited for this.
Probably typing.
Oh my gosh.
So while he's typing, the only comments that I have left, or questions, is about what Tiny was saying is like Nintendo seems to be...
Marketing that. Pushing that.
It's odd that Nintendo is known as a family console, and it is not consistently online. Like, that's a recent thing. Because they wouldn't even do, like
a
patches online.
like Super Smash Online.
Yeah. Like, that hasn't been as prevalent in the past.
That's
like, that is
true.
more recent with them. Like, the last year or two. I would
Nintendo's
say.
going online.
Yeah, and so it's odd, like...
Something that's... Steelguard says, here's another quick thought. Dungeons and Dragons, something that's gaining ground in couch-based gaming? Yes. That's because that's a tabletop game and can only be played normally couch co-op, right? And so I guess that virtual couch is coming with, what is that, Fantasy Grounds?
Mm-hmm.
Sword Coast Legends is kind of there.
That brought up an idea. I don't know if you want me to say it on the podcast or you want me to say it right now, but it has to do with Nintendo.
Wait, hold on.
Just wait.
Okay.
TP Poker's message got banned.
It was about getting a girl.
It was
in the
about
sack.
getting a girl in a sack.
I would say be a gentleman
Yeah,
and a
don't-
scholar.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. The best way to do it is to not be weirdo butthole. Weirdo buttholes don't get girls very often.
Yeah.
That's not true at all, actually. But that's not how you want to live your life.
Yeah. All right, so moving forward, back into the podcast, we're going to talk about...
Lot, why are you using 4-letter words like that with double hockey sticks at the end of it? I'm going to tell your mother.
I'll tell her.
Okay, cool. We're going to jump in the podcast in 3, 2, 1 for Nintendo. Chad, one of the last things that I wanted to bring up was because you mentioned Nintendo earlier. And
Okay.
do I have your permission?
Yeah. Go, proceed.
I don't want to do it anymore.
All right,
Hey,
podcast
Chad,
over, everybody.
Chad,
Let's go
one of the
home.
things I want to bring up that you talked about earlier about Nintendo is... can I talk about that?
I was having a conversation with an adult, like.
I'm glad you didn't give him permission and said no to me. So, anyways, I think it's weird. You taking off now? I think it's odd that Nintendo has consistently been known as a family console. Like that's just the image they portrayed, right?
The Wii.
Yeah, the Wii, the Wii U. Did they have any consoles before that? I don't even know.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah. I just think that it is interesting that is their moniker, like what you think of when you think Nintendo. Like, oh, it's like kiddie games for a family console. Like a family owns a Wii U or a Wii. Yeah.
Okay.
And the online focus of the console or that whole company really has been lacking until probably the last year or two, really. Kyle, what do you... Why are you raising your hand?
What do you want, kid?
I think that's due to monitoring and monitoring online interactions is very difficult, and so you can't give a game an E rating if it has online capabilities because you cannot monitor those
it immediately
things.
Goes up.
And so if I can put on my headset and play Super Smash with someone, which is what is that, a rated E for everyone, and now I call that, some 10-year-old calls me, he wants to fight me and beat up my mom and stuff like that. I don't know.
That's mild.
That's no longer.
That's mild considering.
That's very mild.
Yeah.
We see
So I'm trying to be. Okay. That takes that rating and now makes it. They have to like answer for that, and kids are like moms and dads don't feel safe buying games to their a majority, I guess. If you buy a Nintendo, you don't have to worry about that, right?
You can typically assume, like, no matter what game I buy on Nintendo, my kid's probably fine playing it. I don't have to worry about anything.
And especially the people they're playing with are in my home.
Yeah.
Right?
Your local
and so
co-op.
I think that they're so slow into this, like, online craze is because they don't know how to handle that. Or they don't want to.
Because they brandish themselves as a family-oriented
company.
Yeah, it'll change a lot of things. It was just a thought because Chad was bringing
yeah,
it up earlier.
No,
that's
a really good point. I never even thought about that because I would love to play Super Smash online. I mean, it's while couch co-op is exactly what we enjoy. It's more fun to have Joel bring over a system and all of us sit around and play. It would also be cool if everyone can't get together for everyone to hop online and play Super Smash that way.
Right. Which is a possibility.
Now that you say that, because we're talking about Nintendo right now, and we were talking about D&D a little bit earlier. An idea that I saw on Reddit. I wish I could take credit for this, but I can't. It's beautiful. But so you have your players or your characters with like Wii controllers, and they do stuff and interact with things on the screen, right? And then your DM has the Wii U controller.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good idea.
Can you imagine?
That's Sword Coast Legends.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
And if you put that on, like online or even just party play, dude,
that'd be dope.
That would be super fun.
I would buy a Wii U now.
That's like
I would buy one on the way home.
What is that? Zombie U, where the guy is dropping zombies and everyone else is trying to like kill all of them. And so the guy controlled with the Wii U remote is dropping zombies in place as the other people are trying to shoot their way and get out.
Oh, wow.
So that's like almost exactly that. But in a fantasy setting like D&D, that would be perfect.
Dude,
it would shine.
You can do a lot of stuff.
That would be so good. But do you see Nintendo buying into D&D?
No.
They would have to make their own version of it.
Yeah. Call me when that's a thing,
which
Nintendo.
isn't unlikely considering everything else Nintendo does. I'm sorry, that is
Here comes the
uncalled for.
Here comes the Pokemon one-shots. That's what I want. That's what I want. Give me those campaigns.
So yeah, that was just something that came to mind, and Chad brought it up earlier, and it kind of reminded me to mention it. So, I think here's where we conclude and like give our thoughts.
Okay.
Kyle, why don't you go first? This is the topic you brought up.
So just my concluding thoughts?
Yeah, if you wanted to summarize the things that we've talked about, like any decisions we came to.
So just so everyone knows, like, generally when we bring up these topics, we don't speak of them until the podcast, so all of our thoughts and how wrong we are about things and all of that come out here. And so generally, at least for me, my opinion changes as the podcast goes on, and you say things, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. We don't even get show notes. We don't look at show notes even until, like, really today or the day before. So all that being said... maybe couch co-op isn't dead.
Oh.
But I would say in the AAA realm, it is dormant until hardware permits it not to be.
Yes.
I would say Nintendo's always doing that, is going to continue to do that for as long as they exist, because that people love that. And then the indie darlings will continue to do so until they have the means not to, or to do more, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't seem like any developers don't want co-op to happen. It's simply some are not able to, given the overall goal.
Okay.
So co-op is not. Well, I mean, that's my thoughts. AAA games, co-op is dormant. Nintendo, it's fine. What's happening?
Tiny's just being tiny.
And then indie games are more or less doing it if they want to or not. It just depends on whatever they make.
Yeah, and not every indie.
Yeah, not every indie game is co-op.
I think about Shovel Knight. I think about
Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. You go.
That's basically my thoughts. So since from beginning of the podcast to now, I think that co-op is not dead, but simply dormant because of restraints. And that I guess Nintendo has been doing it.
It's hindered.
Yes, hindered. And
If you will.
Nintendo is still doing it, I'd imagine.
I heard Tinder. And I was like, what the
It's
hell is
Tinder,
Jack
you
talking
know?
about?
It's like Tinder. Full circle right here. You ready for this? That's
Yeah,
it. That's
bring
it.
it back.
That's it. Co-op is not... Couch co-op is not dead, and nobody wants it to be. It just is not happening right now because it's not possible. And I don't think most people really want it. I think people just want to... Everyone wants to be a professional esports player.
That's the trend right now.
Like, everyone wants that. Like, I don't want to play with my friends. I just want to get online and make a name for myself. I think kind of is an over... If it's competitive, I don't want to play with my friends. I mean, we can practice, but if they're my friend, they have their own system and they're also trying to be professional.
Yeah.
Right? Does that kind of make sense? No? What is happening in chat?
So the best part is
Mark looks Mexican.
the best part is these are our friends, and they're not being vulgar at all, but they're totally trolling us right now in the middle of the podcast.
It's so hard not to laugh.
Thank you so much for being like positive, funny people.
Yeah.
Um,
Tiny, you don't have to take it easy.
I love
It's
you too,
fine.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Tiny, you're funny. You're
I
funny
love you
as
too,
heck.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Also, I'm only half eats pasta. God.
So you're only half free.
Chad, what were your thoughts? You racist American.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Whew.
You good?
I think I'm good.
Chad, what were your thoughts?
I kind of have to backpack on Kyle with this one. I mean, I came into it saying that, like, I guess, went against Kyle's point on him saying that couch co-op is dead.
Yeah.
And I brought up my points or whatever, and I guess maybe had a little bit of influence on Kyle's change of
I
heart.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
Change
that.
of heart. And no, I don't think couch co-op is dead at all. I think there are a lot of games that offer couch co-op. They're just not necessarily games that we want to play.
True.
They're not games that we wish had couch co-op. Like, we want Halo, and we want I mean, I don't...
That's
what
it.
else?
Black Ops 3, Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
Like, we want
Syndicate.
those games. Like, we want those games to have couch co-op.
Skyrim.
It would be cool.
Oh, play Tiso, man. Oh, not the same? Sorry.
Yeah. It would be really cool, but I mean, you know, we already made the points where it's not, like Kyle said, it's not really possible right now with the hardware that...
What a weird thing. I feel like we haven't run into that in a long time. Not possible.
We can't do that. That's weird.
Yeah,
We'll
it's...
figure it out.
All right.
But, yeah, that's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's dead, but I'd like to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
In
Definitely.
in bigger games, in AAA games, and games that I want to play.
Yeah, and what Tiny's saying right there, sorry for doing that, but
No.
it just sucks that people want more graphics than having fun in a game. And I very much agree. It's like when people... Colin Moriarty says, like, a game can look like really, really, really good, but if it's not fun, no one's going to play it.
Right.
Right.
And so, but if a game doesn't look very good and it's very fun to play, that'll still sell.
Definitely.
And so, yes, Halo 5 is going to look great, 60 frames per second, 1080p, but I think it's really going to hurt them not having local co-op.
I think that's going to suck. But people will get over
And I
it.
don't know
I was
that-
just
I-
gonna say, people are still gonna throw their walls.
People are still going
Microsoft.
to... Yeah.
I think that
I mean,
there's
I'm
gonna
thinking
be-
about buying an Xbox just for Halo.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a fat backlash on them of just complaints. People are still going to
Maybe,
buy it,
yeah,
but then they're
People
going to be
complain,
like,
yeah. People
like, so
complain
when's the
about
patch
everything.
coming?
The
When's the patch
internet.
coming to let me do
Yeah,
this?
I
Totally.
think that's
So-
like Mark said, that's just the internet.
interwebs,
People complain
doesn't matter.
about anything and everything.
I can't have. I've been busy. Oh my gosh. All right. Cool.
Your thoughts, Mark?
Yeah, my thoughts.
Anyways, moving on.
Are relevant.
I feel if you listen to last week's podcast, I feel a bit like a broken record. But something I said last week, I'm gonna say again. I really think that it is couch co-op isn't dead, or how are we to find it here? So I mean, couch cooperative campaign, or so definitely there's a presence for couch versus in a lot of things. But the couch co-op campaign, first of all, I was wrong because I was thinking, yeah, I used to play like all the Halos with all four of my or all three of my friends, you know, and that wasn't true. That wasn't a possibility. I went through and researched, and I was like, oh, I can only do 2-player split screen on all the Halos unless I was online in the third one. So I don't know what I was thinking. I guess nostalgia like ruined my memory. But so I was already off.
I thought there was one that you could. Oh, yeah, if you play online, then you
Right.
can do.
Halo 3
Gotcha.
if you did online. Otherwise, it was 2-player split screen on all of
Right.
them. So I think that it depends on who the company is and who they're marketing towards. For example, Never Alone, when Ubisoft put that out, that was a perfect game for Michaela and I. And so you have companies who are going to make games for couples, for families, for the casual gamers,
Filthy cash.
for people who play games at parties, and then you're going to have the companies who make the games for esports.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think it's dead. I think the games that we enjoy don't have a feature that we really like, and that's all.
You say esports, like, because you're saying that they're gonna make games for like just esports. Now, to me, that is like League of Legends,
I want to say,
and
like,
Dota.
they're like
But-
MOBAs are designed
Yeah,
for competitive
like
play.
those are very much esports games, like designed to be competitive.
Mhm.
But like if you have your Call of Duties and stuff,
Mhm.
or even StarCraft,
Yeah.
because StarCraft, but you can't really do couch co-op on StarCraft because it's freaking StarCraft.
Yeah,
Or
you can't-
League or Dota, yeah. And
But I mean, like, so those games are like designed more for like esports, but because Dota and like League, they have no story.
there's no
There's,
reason
like, not
to play
really a
on the
narrative
same
at
screen.
all.
Right.
There's not a narrative at all.
Plus,
there is
those
a
are free to
narrative.
play.
Yeah, there is a narrative in StarCraft. However, it's just something that you play through. A lot of people don't even play the story. And then, but I mean, if you have your Call of Duties, which are esports games, but they also have like a very like intertwined story, which you can like get immersed in, then I mean that's a game that should have couch co-op. So I can get behind like some games like not having it, especially if it's an esports game. But like games like Call of Duties or like Halo, I mean, really, is there gonna be a freaking esports Halo tournament that's gonna give away a whole bunch of freaking money?
Yes.
Maybe. So that was my point, that
Hate
you're going to
you.
have companies who design games that are considered for the elite and the
Right.
hardcore, and they don't care about
Yeah.
Yes.
co-op
Exactly.
as much.
And another thing just to consider is like games that are designed to be MMOs, massive multiplayer onlines. Like StarCraft is an MMORTS. It's not like designed with the idea of having local co-op. Like otherwise it'd be an RTS. So like MMO blah blah blah. Like Destiny is an MMO FPS. Call of Duty is not an MMO FPS but has MMO capabilities. So there's like that kind of
Yeah.
theater. Because I mean, like Call of Duty has you can come offline,
Right.
right? You have that possibility.
Mhm.
Destiny doesn't. Destiny doesn't work offline.
No.
It's an MMO, and so that also draws a line between like, is couch co-op possible? You can't, like, if you don't want to be online, you don't have someone else to have a live account, then no, it's
Yeah.
not a thing.
Yeah. Cool. The last thing that I said doesn't really matter, actually, so we're going to move on.
Oh my gosh, Tiny. Tiny said, my actually Gears of War was my last couch co-op game, but shh, don't tell my PS4 that.
I'm telling it right now.
Oh, man.
So that's what we think, but we want to know what you guys think. I don't know why.
Gosh dang,
I have to breathe so hard and before I start speaking, because then when I go to edit, it's like...
You like take a breath with yourself
Yeah,
while you're editing.
So if I like move it around, the breath is sorry. Welcome to the train wreck. I'm doing it right now. Did you see it? So that's what we think, but we want to know what you guys have to say. So email the show at teamnird@gmail.com. That's TEAMNIRD. Or you can tweet at teamNIRD. For this show, use the hashtag...
I love my couch.
Hashtag I
Oh
love
my
my
gosh,
couch.
I thought of something really bad, but I'm glad I didn't say it.
Right. Let's not say that.
Oh my gosh! I'll tell you guys after the fight.
If you want to get a hold of Kyle, you can get a hold of Kyle at... I'm doing the whole thing over.
Oh my gosh. That would have been a mistake to say. Especially in the presence of us three.
We are using the socks for pop filters because
We're poor.
Yep.
That's what we think, but we want to know what you guys think. So email the show at teamnird@gmail.com. That's TEAMNIRD. Or you can tweet the show at teamnerd. Use the hashtag I love my couch. If you want to get a hold of Chad...
My Twitter is down there on the screen. At the Gremlin, THA Gremlin, one word. I stream pretty much exclusively on Nerd Network now. I don't really use my personal channel. I'm on Instagram.
I just want you to know that I edited everything out except the Twitter handles last time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So boom, Twitter handle the Gremlin. Hit me up.
If you want to get a hold of Kyle,
At Filtertons, also displayed beneath me on the screen. FILTHERTONS.
It's on the screen, dude.
No, but people are gonna listen to this.
and if you want to get a hold of me, shoot me a tweet at Abaddon1059, ABADDON1059.
I don't need your sass, Mark.
Oh my gosh, what are you even talking about?
Pointing at the screen like that.
Because I was saying audio listeners, man.
Hashtag Chad doesn't care about audio listeners.
Remember?
Whoa.
Not care.
Oh, this is good.
Whoa.
This is
Sign
good.
up for audible.com.
That was the beginning. We plugged that already.
Good. He said audio, and it sparked it.
That's all we got for you guys. That's all we got for you. No, because there's. That's all we got for you guys this week. Thank you for either tuning in on the live stream to watch or listening to the podcast. Remember to game hate free and be good to each other, gamers. We'll see you next week.
Bye.